In sports, every team has its challenges, and in turn, every team creates its own storylines. In 2016, the Calvin College women's volleyball team met every challenge it faced and did so with enthusiasm and, more importantly, with courage. This fall, those simple traits propelled the Knights to the summit of Division III women's volleyball for the third time in 7 years. This is the story of the 2016 national champion Calvin College Knights.
There's no really cool story or this was the turning point for us, because I think they were steady from the very first week of the season. And for a coach, you don't have that happen very often.
After claiming national titles in 2010 and 2013, the Calvin women's volleyball team continued its quest for more, reaching the national semifinals in 2014 and the regional final in 2015, one victory shy of reaching the national quarterfinals the following week on its home court.
Yeah, 2015 was difficult. It was a good reminder for us last year that just because you're hosting doesn't mean that you're automatically in. You still have to show up and play. And this year, it was a lot of okay, we can never let up, keeping in mind what happened to us last year, but not dwelling on it, was a good reminder that we had to keep fighting.
Heading into the 2016 campaign, the hunger and determination to make another national title run remained, but to do so, the Knights needed to assemble several new faces into new roles while also meshing veterans into a championship caliber squad.
It was a really cool season because we had a lot of new things happening. People switched positions. We had freshmen who had to step up and really take leadership roles.
I would say during preseason we thought this was a pretty special group and we had a lot of talent coming in with the freshman class, so we were pretty excited to see where we were going to go with that.
Early season highlights included victories over number 5 ranked Juniata and number 8 ranked Wittenberg. The 4-set win over host Wittenberg came in come-from-behind fashion and gave the Knights some momentum that clearly propelled them throughout the rest of the season.
That was a match for me as a coach where it will be one I will never forget. It was probably ranks right up there with the players walking off the floor and not being able to give any more than they had, physically, mentally, emotionally, and it was a true battle. And that was the first time I thought, hey, this team is going to keep getting better, and we haven't even reached our peak yet.
Calvin swept through the MIAA regular season, unbeaten at 16-0, wrapping up its 6th consecutive MIAA regular season title, while also ascending to the number 1 ranking in the AVCA Division III Top 25 poll.
While you can enjoy that and say that's pretty cool, it really doesn't mean anything. And so from then on, I don't know if I ever even spoke about it. I think it's something we've grown accustomed to, and I don't think our players let it bother them. But being undefeated is, I think, what kept building.
Just 1 week later, Hope turned the tables on the top-ranked Knights, upsetting Calvin in 5 sets in Calvin's home court.
It took some of the pressure off of being undefeated because the whole season we were trying to deal with how do we deal with this pressure and use it in a positive way.
I think we built from that, and it was a huge, turning point into the national championship.
It really gave us some perspective, and we're not invincible, and it really helped us going into the tournament, because once you lose there, you're done, and I think it was really good to get a taste of that before that could go down.
The Knights were also in the regional final at home for the 2nd consecutive year, with the memories of a 2015 regional final loss to Carthage still in the back of their minds.
Going into regional finals this year, when we were at our home court, there was a lot of deja vu, and it felt the same, and I was really motivated, and I remembered that feeling, and I did not want that to happen again. So I think it gave us great motivation going in.
They weren't scared, which was, it can easily happen. You can feel intimidated by the moment, and we knew it was going to be tough. We knew the teams at our regional were going to be tough, and I liked it that we just laid it out there and didn't worry about it.
Their second victory over the year over Milliken to claim a regional title and advance to a national quarterfinal match against number 5 Emory University in Oshkosh, Wisconsin.
Yeah, Emory was a really tough team. They had some really great players. Some of the players that were seniors I've been playing against for 4 years. So I remember them and I remember how good they are, and I knew it was going to be a tough battle from the beginning.
After beating Emory, I think that we really realized that this is when we can do it, and just going from there forward, I think that we never looked back.
They had this mission. You could see it in their eyes. I got a couple pictures from the tournament where you just look at their eyes and their face and you go, I would hate to be on the other side of that, because they're just not giving in, and they didn't.
The quarterfinal match against Emory proved to be a classic, with the Knights overcoming a 2-1 deficit by winning set 4 25-21 and set 5 15-9.
Probably one of my highlights of the national championship run. So it was just really fun, and to do it with the girls that I'm so close to was even better too.
One of the biggest things that I remember from that game is that nobody gave up. No one believed that we were going to lose. There was fight in everyone's eyes through every point. And I think that's pretty consistent with this whole season. Something that just has been really characteristic in our team is how everyone's had this belief that we can do it no matter what.
Most of our players were pretty experienced in what it took to at least make a tournament run.
Next up was a semifinal meeting against an upset-minded Northwestern University of St. Paul team. Calvin curtailed the upset plans, downing the Eagles 28-26, 25-18, 25-17 to advance to the national championship final for the 4th time in school history.
Not to think so much about the pressure, but to think, how fun is it and how cool is it? Not many teams around the country get to be in this spot we're in, and so to just enjoy the ride. And we play better when we do that too, so I think that was a huge part to the success in that final match.
Another key to the season was the ability to remain loose and have fun on and off the court. The Knights accomplished this at times in several unique ways, including the day of the national championship final.
You feel enough pressure in the moment, so to try to keep them distracted but yet still stay focused is really important, and to not be too serious. So we have this routine this tradition that we do class videos, and they seem to get bigger and bigger every time we go, which is pretty awesome.
I think it kind of helps keep us in the right mindset that every time it's just the same thing. It's nothing too special, it's just volleyball. So it helps keep us loose.
Each of the 4 classes make a music video, and then we show it to the coaches, and the coaches vote who's the best. So that was such a fun way to kind of not think about the on the court stuff, and just have a lot of fun with our teammates.
And music videos, that was fun stuff.
Yes. Thankfully, you guys don't have those dance moves on camera.
A national championship date with Washington University of St. Louis beckoned, and the Knights responded with a convincing performance, defeating the Bears 25-21, 25-21, 25-21, with Calvin capturing its 3rd national title in 7 years.
For that dog pile, it's all the women who've poured their hearts out into the season, all celebrating together. So that was really, really special. I just remember feeling so much joy and excitement that we all can experience it together.
2 championships was just a cherry on top, but really what meant the most was the memories with the girls and with the coach and the relationships and everything in between.
It's really cool when you think about all the athletes in volleyball and all the teams that there are, and that our team, we made it, we won.
You have to love walking that cliff, knowing that if you fall off, you're done. But if you don't and you stay on it, it's a really cool feeling. And so to thrive in wanting to walk that thin line, and to embrace it, not to shy away from it and to be scared about it, but to say, let's go for it.